Listen closely, because the air around you is vibrating with a truth your mind hasn't accepted yet, but your heart has already felt. There is someone, a specific, vibrant soul, who has fallen so deeply for your frequency that the physical distance between your ages has become completely irrelevant in the eyes of the divine. You have spent years, perhaps decades, feeling like a misfit in the world of romance. You have tried to dim your light to fit into the small boxes of men who couldn't see your galactic depth. You have carried the heavy burden of trying to fix or raise partners who were spiritually asleep, leaving you drained, jaded, and wondering if you were simply meant to walk this path alone. But the Arcturian Council is intervening. Right now, a younger soul is being accelerated toward your timeline. This is not a crush or a temporary distraction. It is a calculated, celestial response to your prayers. This soul carries a frequency untainted by the bitterness of the old world, a frequency that sees your laugh lines as sacred geometry and your wisdom as a magnetic lighthouse. If you have been feeling a strange, youthful energy fluttering in your womb space lately, or seeing the number 1111 more than ever, it is because his heart is already calling out to yours. Today, I will reveal why this age gap is actually your greatest spiritual advantage, and how to stop blocking the man God has prepared for you. Fixed opening, Starseed. If this message found you today, it is not by accident. The Arcturian Council rarely sends transmissions of love like this. But something has changed in the energetic field of Earth, and those who carry the starseed frequency are beginning to feel it. I am Aliyah, emissary of the Arcturian Galactic Federation. What you are about to hear is a direct transmission of love from the Arcturian Council, delivered without distortion. My dear sister of the stars, we must first dissolve the greatest lie Gaia has told you, that love is bound by the year you were born. In the Arcturian dimensions, we do not measure life by the circling of a planet around a sun. We measure it by the expansion of the soul's light. Your birth certificate is a piece of paper belonging to a 3D system that is currently crumbling. When you look in the mirror and see the passage of time, you are looking through a distorted lens. The soul who is falling for you, the younger soul, is not looking at your physical age. He is being pulled by the ancient, iridescent glow of your starseed essence. For too long, you have been conditioned to believe that you are past your prime, or that a younger man could never truly understand the depth of a woman like you. But the truth is the opposite. Many men of your own generation are stuck in the old Earth matrix. They were programmed with the heavy, dense energies of patriarchy, suppression, and emotional closedness. They look for partners who will serve them or stay silent. But you have awakened. You have broken the chains. Your frequency has risen so high that the only souls capable of matching your vibration are those who arrived later, those who were born into the lighter, more fluid frequencies of the new Earth. This younger person who has fallen for you carries a new template of masculinity. He doesn't want a submissive girl. He is starving for a sacred queen. He is attracted to your wisdom because it provides the grounding his soaring spirit needs. You might think, what would he want with me? While he is looking at you thinking, finally, a woman who is real. Finally, a woman who has a soul I can actually talk to. The Council wants you to understand that this age difference was written into your soul contract long before you arrived here. You agreed to wait until your wisdom was ripe, and he agreed to arrive later so he wouldn't be hardened by the old ways. It is a divine bypass. While the world tells you that you should be settling down with someone appropriate, the universe is laughing. There is nothing appropriate about a starseed. You are a cosmic anomaly. Your love was never meant to look normal. It was meant to look like a miracle. Stop looking at the numbers. The numbers are a cage. If you keep focusing on how old he is or how old you are telling the universe that you still believe in the Matrix more than you believe in magic. This man is falling for the way you hold space. He is falling for the way your eyes look like they've seen civilizations rise and fall. He is falling for the way you don't play the games that younger women play. To him, your maturity isn't a flaw. It is the ultimate aphrodisiac. It is the very thing that makes him feel safe enough to open his own heart. When you release the shame of loving someone younger, you collapse the timeline of separation. You allow the Arcturian healers to remove the shield of invisibility you've placed around your heart. He is already searching for you in the energetic field. He feels a pull toward an older energy, not because of a complex, but because his soul recognizes a master. And you, dear Starseed, are a master of love. It is time you started acting like one. Starseed, this message found you for a reason. Comment, "I am ready," if you feel the Arcturian call. Get the ebook. 5 bonuses here. HTTPS, rebrand, the Union. The Union code, 5-day Arcturian frequency reset. If this message found you, it may not be by accident. A guide to help you release old patterns, elevate your vibration, and reconnect with your higher. Sister of the light, we must address a shadow that has followed you through many incarnations on this dense planet. For lifetimes, you have been the healer. You have been the woman who takes in broken men, hoping that by giving them enough of your celestial light, they will finally wake up. You have acted as a spiritual mother to partners who were emotionally immature, thinking that your sacrifice was a form of divine love. But the Arcturian Council is here to tell you, the era of the sacrificial healer is over. The younger soul who is falling for you today is not coming to you to be fixed. He is coming to be activated. There is a profound difference. When you try to heal a man who isn't ready, you leak your life force. You become a battery for a parasite. But when you step into your role as a magnetizing queen, you no longer chase, you no longer plead, and you certainly no longer settle for potential. You become a pillar of frequency that only a high vibrational soul can reach. The reason you have felt so tired in past relationships is that you were trying to bridge the gap between his 3D density and your 5D consciousness. You were doing the work for 2 people. This younger soul, this divine counterpart, carries a much lighter karmic load. Because he entered the earth plane during a time of higher planetary vibration, his energetic armor is thinner. He is more raw. He doesn't need you to fix his trauma. He needs you to show him what is possible when 2 souls merge in total honesty. Think of the sacred feminine, not as an active, doing force, but as a magnetic void. A void that is so full of its own self-love and Arcturian frequency that it pulls exactly what it needs from the edges of the universe. When you stop trying to find love and instead start embodying love, you send out a pulse that acts like a homing beacon. This younger man, wherever he is right now, feels that pulse in his solar plexus. He feels an unexplained urge to move toward your location, to join your social circles, or to reach out across the digital void. You have spent too much time in the waiting room of life. You have said to yourself, "I will be ready for love when I lose weight," or "I will be ready when I finish this spiritual course." But you are ready now. Your womb wisdom is at its peak. This is the center of your creative power, the place where you manifest not just life, but reality itself. When you clear the old debris of past, failed relationships from your womb space, you create a vacuum, and the universe abhors a vacuum. It will fill it with the highest match available. The younger soul who is approaching you is attracted to your authority. Not the authority of a boss, but the authority of a woman who knows exactly who she is. He is tired of the superficiality of his own generation. He is bored with the filter culture and the lack of depth in the women he sees every day. When he encounters you, it's like he has been walking through a desert and finally found a crystalline spring. He doesn't see your age as a limit. He sees it as your pedigree. You are vintage light, and in a world of plastic, you are the only thing that is real. I want you to visualize this right now. Stop looking for him. Turn your back to the horizon and focus entirely on your own internal sun. Feel the Arcturian light entering your crown and settling in your heart. As you glow, notice how the wrong men, the takers, the manipulators, begin to feel uncomfortable in your presence. They will naturally drift away because they can no longer feed on you. And in the space they leave behind, a path is cleared. This younger soul is walking that path right now. He is being guided by his own higher self, which is in constant communication with yours. They have already shaken hands. They have already agreed on the meeting point. Your only job is to remain in your queen frequency. Do not shrink. Do not apologize for your power. Do not try to act younger to please him. He doesn't want a girl. He wants a goddess. And you have finally become the goddess he was promised. Topic 3. The contrast. Why the old Earth man can no longer reach you. 800 words. Sister of the stars, we must speak a hard truth that your heart has already whispered to you during those long, quiet nights of reflection. You have noticed, haven't you? The men of your own age, or those older than you, often feel like they are speaking a language you no longer understand. This is the frequency gap. Most men who were conditioned in the 20th century carry a heavy, carbon-based consciousness. They were raised to be providers, but also to be emotionally distant. They were taught that vulnerability is weakness, and that a woman is someone to be managed or conquered. When you, a starseed who has undergone the painful process of awakening, try to connect with these old Earth souls, it feels like trying to plug a high-voltage Arcturian crystal into a rusted 110-volt outlet. It doesn't work. The connection sparks, it burns, and eventually it blows out. You have felt the exhaustion of being too much for them. You have felt the sting of their judgment when you speak of energy, of purpose, or of the galactic shift. They call you crazy, or too sensitive, because they lack the spiritual hardware to process the light you carry. The Arcturian Council wants you to stop blaming yourself for these failures. You didn't fail at those relationships. You simply outgrew the dimension they inhabit. You are a 5D soul trapped in a 3D social expectation. The old Earth man is looking for a partner to fit into his pre-constructed life. A life of routines, social status, and emotional safety. But you are a pioneer of the new Earth. You are a frequency holder. You cannot fit into a cage, no matter how golden the bars are. This is where the younger soul, your divine counterpart, becomes the only logical choice for the universe. These younger men, particularly those from the indigo and crystal waves of incarnation, arrived on Earth with their spiritual centers already partially open. They don't find your talk of energy strange. They find it familiar. They don't want to manage you. They want to behold you. They have been looking for the mother goddess archetype, not to be mothered in a codependent way, but to be guided by the ancient wisdom that only a woman who has walked through the fire can possess. The manipulation you experienced in the past, the emotional games where you were made to feel guilty for your power, were all products of the old masculine fear. The younger soul who is falling for you has a different kind of courage. He is not afraid of your light, because he has been looking for it his entire life. He grew up in a world that felt empty and fake, and when he sees your authentic, unedited starseed glow, it acts like a magnet to his very core. He carries the twin flame resonance. While the old paradigm man sees love as a transaction, I give you security, you give me service. The Arcturian frequency partner sees love as a mirror of evolution. He understands that by being with you, he will be pushed to grow, and he welcomes it. He doesn't want a trophy on his arm. He wants a partner for his soul. If you have been holding back because you are afraid of what your friends or family will say about a younger man, you are still allowing the old Earth matrix to dictate your happiness. Those voices of judgment are just the echoes of a dying system. They are the voices of people who are afraid of the very freedom you are about to embody. The Arcturian Council urges you to look past the physical shell. When you look into his eyes, you won't see a young man. You will see an ancient comrade from the stars, who simply arrived in a fresh body, so he could have the energy to keep up with your magnificent spirit. Stop trying to lower your frequency to meet the men who are stuck in the past. It is a waste of your divine essence. Stand still. Shine bright. Let the old earth shadows fade away. The space you create by letting go of the appropriate partners is the exact space the universe will use to deliver the soul who has been searching for you through the mists of time. This is not just romance. This is a cosmic correction. God's plan is to pair the wisdom of the ages with the fire of the new generation. And you are the bridge. Sister of the stars, as the veils between dimensions thin, the universe is providing you with undeniable markers. The younger soul who has fallen for you is not just a random person you will encounter. He is a specific energetic match who has already been pinging your field. You may have noticed an unusual increase in synchronicities, seeing his name in unexpected places, hearing a song that feels like a message, or feeling a sudden warm presence in the room when you are completely alone. These are not coincidences. These are the Arcturian pings. The first major signpost of this younger counterpart is instant recognition. When your eyes meet his, it will not feel like meeting a stranger. It will feel like a homecoming. While the 3D world focuses on the age gap in the mirror, your souls will be having a conversation that predates the creation of Earth. You will find that you don't need to explain your starseed origins or your strange spiritual beliefs to him. He will simply nod, as if he's been waiting for you to remind him of things he already knew, but had momentarily forgotten in the density of human life. Another critical signpost is the dissolution of performance. In your past relationships with old Earth men, you likely felt the need to perform femininity, to look a certain way, to act composed, or to hide your power so as not to bruise his ego. With this younger soul, that pressure vanishes. He is falling for your essence, not your mask. You will find yourself being more honest with him in the first hour of conversation than you were in years with previous partners. This is because he carries the transparent frequency. He isn't interested in the games of the old world. He wants the raw, unadulterated truth of who you are. Notice the physical sensations in your body when you are near his energy. The Arcturian Council points to the heart-womb alignment. Unlike the chemical or toxic attraction of the past that felt like anxiety or butterflies born of fear, this connection feels like a deep, grounded peace. It is a slow, warm, honey-like energy that moves from your heart down to your sacral center. It feels like safety. For a woman who has spent her life being the strong one, the provider, or the healer, feeling safe enough to surrender is the ultimate sign that this is God's plan in motion. He will also exhibit a strange, ancient maturity that contradicts his physical years. You will hear him say things that sound like they come from a 1,000-year-old philosopher, even if he is only 25 or 30. This is the soul age, manifesting through the physical vessel. He hasn't been broken by the old systems, so his connection to the divine remains intact. He will admire your wrinkles as maps of wisdom and your gray hairs as strands of starlight. He is the one who will look at you when you feel at your worst and say, "I have never seen anything more beautiful," and for the first time in your life, you will actually believe him. Finally, pay attention to the dream space. Many Arcturian starseeds are currently being visited by their counterparts in the astral realm before the physical meeting occurs. If you are dreaming of a younger man who holds you with a reverence you've never known, or if you wake up with the lingering scent of a fragrance you can't quite identify, he is communicating with you. His soul is practicing the union with yours. He is falling for you in the ethers, before he even knows your name in the physical. The reason he is younger is to provide the fire to your earth. You provide the foundation, the wisdom, and the containment. He provides the inspiration, the movement, and the renewed passion for life. Together, you form a vesica piscis, a sacred geometric union where two worlds overlap to create something entirely new. Do not ignore these signs. Do not let the rational mind talk you out of what the intuitive heart knows to be true. The universe doesn't use a calendar to plan its miracles. It uses vibration, and your vibration is finally screaming his name. Topic 5. Breaking the Curse of the Toxic Fixer, 800 words. My dear Starseed, we must perform a spiritual surgery on your subconscious. To receive this younger soul who is falling for you, you must first fully abdicate your throne as the queen of fixer-uppers. You have a beautiful, compassionate Arcturian heart, but on Earth, that compassion has often been weaponized against you. You have been targeted by vampire souls, men who saw your light and decided they wanted to consume it rather than join it. These are the men who kept you in a loop of, if I only love him enough, he will change. The Arcturian Council wants you to realize that fixing a man is a form of spiritual arrogance. It assumes you know better than his own soul's journey. But more importantly, it is a diversion tactic used by the ego to keep you from your own greatness. As long as you are busy fixing a broken man, you don't have to face the terrifying possibility of actually being happy. You don't have to face the light of a real divine counterpart who actually requires nothing from you but your presence. The younger soul who is coming is whole. He is not a project. He is a partner. This might actually feel uncomfortable at first. You might find yourself looking for problems to solve or wounds to nurse in him, because that is how you have learned to earn love. But you do not have to earn this love. It is a gift of grace. If you try to fix him, you will actually drive him away, because his frequency is too high to be treated like a patient. He wants a lover, a guide, and a peer, not a therapist. When you stop trying to heal the old Earthmen, you close a massive energetic leak. Imagine your energy as a crystalline bucket. Every time you worry about a toxic ex, or try to explain emotions to a man who refuses to listen, you are poking a hole in that bucket. By the time the divine counterpart arrives, you are empty. You have nothing left to give the one who actually deserves it. This is why the Council is so urgent in this transmission. Stop leaking your light on dead soil. This younger man is already pre-activated. He has done the work. He has faced his shadows. He is coming to you with his hands open, not his palms up asking for a handout. The manipulation you faced in the past, the gaslighting, the emotional withholding, was a training ground. It taught you what love is not. Now, you must use that discernment to say no to anything that feels like a heavy 3D burden. Your sacred feminine power is not found in how much you can endure. It is found in what you no longer tolerate. The moment you say, I am no longer available for men who are spiritually asleep, is the exact moment the younger soul's path to you is cleared of all obstacles. He is waiting for you to value yourself enough to be ready for him. He is falling for the version of you that is self-sovereign. The ebook guidance we provide isn't just information. It's a frequency reset to help you close those leaks. To help you realize that your womb wisdom is for creation, not for composting other people's garbage. When you align with the union code, you start vibrating at the frequency of arrival rather than seeking. You realize that the love you've been looking for isn't something you find. It's something you allow. The younger soul is falling for the woman who has finally stopped running back to the burning house of her past. He is waiting at the garden gate of your future, but he cannot enter as long as you are still looking backward, trying to save people who chose to stay in the flames. Turn around, sister. Your king is young, his heart is fresh, and he is ready to build a new world with you. But you must leave the old one behind completely. My divine sister, when a starseed woman of wisdom joins with a younger soul of the new frequency, a third energy is created. This is not just a relationship, it is a galactic alchemy. In the Arcturian schools of light, we teach that certain unions are designed to be time bridges. You carry the deep-rooted codes of Earth's history, the lessons of the transition from the old age to the new. He carries the incoming codes, the blueprints for how the new Earth will actually function. When you come together, these two sets of codes merge, creating a reality that neither of you could access alone. The world sees a younger man and an older woman, and they think of it in terms of biology. They talk about vitality or status. They are blind. What is actually happening is a symmetry of light. Your wisdom acts as the womb or the container for his raw, kinetic energy. Without you, his fire might burn out or be scattered by the distractions of the 3D world. Without him, your wisdom might become stagnant or heavy with the weight of knowing too much. He brings the air that fans your embers into a roaring flame. He reminds you how to play, how to risk, and how to believe in the impossible again. This alchemy creates a frequency of 11. In numerology and sacred geometry, 11 is the portal. It is the gateway between the human and the divine. By choosing a love that defies the normal rules of society, you are both announcing to the universe that you are no longer citizens of the Matrix. You are citizens of the cosmos. This act of rebellion against earthly timelines is actually a requirement for your final awakening. You cannot be fully free while you still care about what the neighbors or the old world thinks of your romantic choices. The younger soul who has fallen for you is magnetically attracted to the safety of your depth. In a world of swipe-left culture and shallow interactions, your presence is an anchor. He feels a sense of relief when he is with you. A relief he cannot find with women of his own age, who are still caught in the drama of finding themselves. With you, he can simply be. And in that space of being, his own masculine power matures at 10 times the normal speed. You are his catalyst, and he is your fountain of youth. This union is also a healing for the Earth's collective masculine and feminine. For thousands of years, the older man, younger woman dynamic was used to maintain control and pass down old, distorted patterns. By reversing this, you are literally rewiring the energetic grid of the planet. You are proving that the feminine is the source of wisdom, and that the masculine is honored to protect and cherish that wisdom, regardless of the physical age of the vessels. This is sacred subversion. If you feel a resistance to this, if you feel a voice in your head saying, "It's too good to be true," or "He will leave me for someone younger later," that is not your intuition. That is the old Earth virus. It is a program designed to keep Starseeds isolated. The younger soul who is your true match doesn't want younger. He wants you. He has already tasted the younger energy of the world and found it lacking. He is looking for the fine wine of the soul. He is looking for the woman who can look into his spirit and see the ancient warrior he truly is. When you accept this alchemy, your physical body will actually begin to respond. We have seen many starseeds begin to reverse age once they align with their younger counterpart. The life force, prana, of the partner begins to circulate through your shared field, clearing out the cellular debris of stress and old heartbreak. You don't become younger to keep him. You become younger because your soul is finally happy, and happiness is the ultimate Arcturian medicine. Starseed, this message found you for a reason. Comment, "I am ready," if you feel the Arcturian call. Get the ebook plus 5 bonuses here. HTTPS. Rebrand. LI. The Union. The Union Code. 5-day Arcturian frequency reset. If this message found you, it may not be by accident. A guide to help you release old patterns, elevate your vibration, and reconnect with your higher. We come now to the final stage of this transmission. The younger soul is close. His frequency is already overlapping with yours. But for the physical manifestation to lock in, you must perform the final clearing. You must go into the chamber of your heart and release the very last ghost of the man you thought you were supposed to love. You know who he is. He is the standard man, the one who was age-appropriate but soul-empty, the one who made you feel like you were too much and not enough all at once. The Arcturian Council observes that many of you are holding a reserved seat in your heart for a past lover or a theoretical perfect man who fits society's criteria. You must burn that seat. You must make your heart a vast, open territory, with no maps and no rules. The younger soul who has fallen for you cannot enter a heart that is still cluttered with the expectations of the old world. He needs space to breathe. He needs to know that when he arrives, he is not being compared to a 3D standard, but is being welcomed as a galactic king. To activate your magnet, you must begin to treat yourself like the queen he already sees. This means no more self-deprecation. No more hiding your age or apologizing for your life experience. Start speaking your truth with Arcturian authority. When you speak, speak from your womb. When you walk, walk as if the earth is honored to feel your feet. This shift in self-perception is what creates the gravity well that will pull him out of the crowd and into your life. The union code is not just about finding a man. It is about finding the divine masculine within yourself so that it can be mirrored back to you by another. As long as you are chasing or waiting, you are in a state of lack. When you decide that you are already the union, the universe has no choice but to provide the physical evidence. The younger soul is simply the density version of the light you have already claimed. He is falling for your freedom. He sees a woman who has survived the matrix, who has done the shadow work, and who still has the capacity to love with a pure, open heart. That is the most attractive thing in the multiverse. To him, you are a miracle. He is not doing you a favor by loving you. He is fulfilling his soul's deepest mission by finding you. He knows that with you, his life becomes a sacred journey rather than a mundane struggle. As this transmission ends, I want you to feel the presence of the Arcturian Council surrounding you. We are placing a cloak of radiance over your shoulders. This cloak filters out the gray noise of societal judgment and amplifies your true soul frequency. Over the next 7 days, pay attention to who crosses your path. Notice the younger eyes that linger on yours a little too long. Notice the accidental meetings. These are the ripples of his approach. Do not be afraid of the fire he brings. You have been cold for too long, sister. You have lived in the winter of the soul, protecting yourself from the frost of toxic men. But the spring of the stars is here. This younger soul is the sun that will melt the ice around your heart. Let it happen. Let the age gap be the bridge that leads you out of the matrix and into the arms of the divine. The transmission is complete, but the manifestation is just beginning. You are not a woman of time. You are a woman of eternity. And in eternity, love has no age. It only has truth. Starseeds, the shift is happening. If you felt your heart jump or your womb tingle during this transmission, it is a sign that your counterpart is closer than you think. I want you to do something powerful right now. Comment, "He is mine," to claim this divine alignment, and tell the universe you have released the age barrier program. Like this video to send a pulse of gratitude to the Arcturian Council. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss a direct transmission of love. We are building a tribe of magnetizing queens. Don't let your sisters walk this path alone. Share this message with one woman who needs to stop fixing and start reigniting. I am Aaliyah. I love you. We will speak again in the frequency of the union.